Wisdom in the whip, wisdom in the whip, wisdom in the whip. This is wisdom in the whip. Why wisdom in the whip? Because I got a lot of drive, a bunch of ambition. See, I ain't gotta lie. Wisdom in the whip, wisdom in the whip, wisdom in the whip. This is wisdom in the whip. What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ariel, and welcome back to Wisdom in the Whip. And today we're gonna be talking about giving yourself a chance. Give yourself a chance, right? So, when I was in high school, I was trying to be a gangbanger, right? I was trying to be in the hood. I was trying to, fit in, trying to be popular, because when you was in the hood, and you fit in and you were accepted, you gained more popularity, and the more popularity you gained led to more opportunities with girls, more opportunities to make money, more opportunities to get more popularity, right? Move up the hierarchy of popularity, because we all know there's like the super popular kids, and there's the popular kids, and it's like, the cool kids. And it's just a little structure, a little way for high school students to identify the who's who of high school based on the social norms and the standards in which our high school students are being taught via social media and television, right? So when I was in high school, I was in the hood not because I wanted to be in the hood. I was in the hood because I was born into the hood, right? I was born into poverty. I was born into a drug-addicted family. I was born into a family of dysfunction, right? You go to Thanksgivings, they argue and they fight, and it's alcohol present, it's prescription drugs present, weed present, and other narcotic drugs present at the functions, right? So as a kid, I'm growing up just seeing all this dysfunction, all the arguing, and I didn't know I was in poverty. I didn't know I was poor. I didn't know what was going on. So in college, right? No, high school, I was in the hood because the hood was full of people like me. The hood was full of people on Section 8, food stamps, who came from poverty, who was in the streets, who was gang banging, who was doing illegal activity, right? It was cool. It was normal for us. It wasn't, something that we had to search far and wide for. All of the opportunities were present right in our faces, right? And I wanted to be popular because I wanted more girls. So I was in the hood trying to be down, and I was the dude who was like decoration on the block, right? I was decoration. You know how you got decorations around your house, decorations around the Christmas tree, decoration around the holidays and all that, right? I'm just there. I'm not really benefiting. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not shooting. I'm not really, gang banging or anything about that life, but I was just decoration on the block. I was one of those kids who was with the popular kids, who was with the hood kids, who was just around, right? Now, if anything were to go down, I always held my own. Don't get it twisted, right? I always held my own. I never backed down from a fight. I wasn't no punk. I wasn't no runner. I wasn't just doing anything for anybody to get clout or to build a name for myself, right? I was always my own man in my own sense, right? Because I never was a follower to the point where I didn't critically think, where I didn't use my own brain. That's why I am where I am today, because I always thought, like, is this a good decision? Am I going too far? Am I doing enough? What can I do different? How can I separate myself, right? So now I'm trying to be popular because I want to get girls. And I also am in the hood because I live around the corner, right? It's not far from me. All my friends is there, right? And what most people don't understand is that gangs provide a family structure, right? Your friends provide a support system. They provide love for you. They provide conversation. They provide food if you need it. They provide shelter. Let you stay the night at their crib. They provide, laughs, right? You're always telling jokes. They provide clothes if you need it, right? They provide everything that a family structure provides. They provide everything that a young boy or young girl needs, because they have a void, they have a gap that their parents didn't fill. So the kids get their fill from the peers. They get their fill from the OGs in the hood. They get their peers from the gang culture, right? Because the gang culture protects you, it makes you feel secure. When you with your homies, you ain't nobody about to just pick on you, ain't nobody just about to try you, ain't nobody just about to run up on you and beat you up, because you got security, you got protection, you got love, you got people who willing to ride and die for you, willing to fight for you. So now that I'm getting older, right, and I'm in high school, and I'm realizing, okay, I'm getting the popularity, I'm getting the girls, everything is working out, right? I had a shift. I had a shift in mindset, because I always wanted more for myself. I always seen the drugs, the fighting, the gangs. I always seen the dysfunction in the family, the lack of love, the lack of trust, the lack of security, right? I always saw it, and I'm like, yo, this is not how I'm going to live my life. This is not what I believe is for me, right? And at this time, I'm not even like super religious. I'm not even going to church. I'm just in the hood, right? But I always had a sense of the Most High, because I grew up in church as a little kid. But then as you get older, you start moving away from the church. So I wasn't in church at this time. I wasn't like reading the Bible at this time. I had no mentors and no guidance who was in the church at this time. I was just, thinking about God from my previous experiences as a child. So I'm thinking about how God got more for me. I'm thinking about how I'm going to provide for my family the right way. I'm thinking about how I'm going to make an impact for my family and not be a statistic, right? And not go to jail and not die in the streets and not be one who sell drugs and not be the one who is, doing something negative towards women, right? Or just my own people. So I always knew I did not want to be a statistic. So I wasn't giving myself a chance at success. I wasn't giving myself a chance at success until the shift happened. And I realized that nobody's going to give me a chance if I don't give myself a chance, right? I had to make sure that I gave myself a chance so people can see me and want to help me, right? Because nobody wants to help you until you help yourself. That's a gem. Nobody wants to help you until you help yourself. So you have to help yourself first. So I had to help myself first. I had to give myself a chance. I had to go to class. I had to avoid the distractions. I had to avoid the streets. I had to lie to my homies. I had to make sure that I was on the right path so that I can give myself a chance at getting out the hood, so that I can give myself a chance at making money, so I can give myself a chance at being the best that I can be, so I can give myself a chance at changing my life, and not only changing my life, but those who come after me, right? I wanted to change life for those around me, right? I wanted to be an example to my brothers. I wanted to be an example to my brothers in the hood. And I wanted to be an example to all my nieces and nephews and all of the people who are coming up after me. So I had to give myself a chance. I had to make a decision. I had to change my mind. I had to change my lifestyle, right? These are the people I grew up with. These are the people who I was closest with. And they was doing things contrary to what I wanted to do. I went to college. They did not go to college. I went to better myself and get an education and expose myself to different people, places, thoughts, things, and ideas. They wanted to stay in the hood. They wanted to stay comfortable. They wanted to stay going to the same clubs every weekend. They wanted to stay messing around with the same girls. They wanted to stay doing what they were comfortable with doing, and I was not comfortable with doing it. I always, right? And I thank God for this. I don't know how it happened, but I always stayed away from when things got really heated, like when people got shot, when people got robbed, when people was robbing, when people was shooting. I was never there. All praise to the Most High, right? I had my run-ins where we had gang fights. I had my run-ins where somebody had a gun, right? I had my run-ins with different situations like that where people shooting at each other, but I never was caught in a crossfire. I never was in jail. I never was fingerprinted. So I thank God for being in the hood for all those years, and I came out scot-free. So God gave me a chance, right? So I had to give myself a chance by doing the right things, staying out of trouble. I had to stop doing what I was doing. I had to create new ways, and I had to take a leap of faith by myself. Nobody pushed me to do this. I had to do this by myself, right? Because I gave myself a chance. You got to give yourself a chance. You got to stay away from the distractions. You got to stay away from family members and friends who are closest to you. If you're going to give yourself a chance, if you're going to be the best that you can be, it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be tough. You're going to feel like an outcast. You're going to feel like they make fun of you. You're going to feel like they're looking down on you. You're going to feel like they changed up on you. And you're going to feel like they're going to feel like you changed up on them. So it's going to be tough, man. But you got to give yourself a chance to succeed, man. You got to give yourself a chance to overcome. You got to give yourself a chance at success. So that's all I got for y'all today. Wisdom in the whip. Give yourself a chance. Nobody's gonna help you until you help yourself first. Make sure y'all go to www.arielmerch.com. Get you a book, get you a shirt, support the brand, and buy your boy a cup of tea if you like the message. Hit the Cash App below. # Ariel Inspires. Have a great night.